With the theme of your conference, accelerating growth in Europe, how much of that growth is going to be from M&A and how much of it is going to come from your own sources?
Good morning. Well, Europe, as we are going to discuss today, is full of opportunities. What we are talking about is accelerating growth within a continent of 500 million people with a single currency, with a high concentration of blue chip companies, with the highest pool of savings in the planet and a very cohesive society. And we are going to discuss how Europe as a group can, in a post-Brexit world, build a unified capital market. As far as Euronext is concerned, we are growing organically, but we are also offering the Euronext model as an option for single country exchanges who want to build their future as part of a consolidated, united in diversity, unified group in a very diverse culture. That's the purpose of the conference, and that's the ambition of Euronext, to become the leading pan-European market infrastructure.
You're going to have to do some M&A in order to achieve that, Stephane. What about the BME? How serious are you about buying the Spanish exchange?
Well, we are monitoring that situation. We are analyzing it. And this analysis, this work that we are doing now, may lead to an offer or may not lead to an offer. It depends on various parameters and various set of circumstances. So for the moment, we are in the analysis mode. There is another offer on the table. So the question is whether or not we do a competing offer, and we are in the process of analyzing this option.
What do you need to see there? Because you've been monitoring the situation for some time now. So what are those parameters, or what are you waiting for?
Well, we are analyzing all the relevant circumstances and all the relevant parameters to reach a conclusion, and we believe that it's important to weigh all the options, and there are many other parameters that we need to take into account before deciding to make an offer or not to make an offer.
Are you confident, Stephane, you'd have enough firepower to go up against the Swiss on this particular deal if you decided to?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good. What about the Italian exchange? If that becomes, if that comes to the table, if the London Stock Exchange has to sell the Italian exchange as part of their M&A strategy, would you be interested in buying that too?
Well, my understanding is that the London Stock Exchange Group has no intention to dispose Borsa Italiana Group of companies. In the event London Stock Exchange was to change their minds, clearly Euronext will be a willing buyer of this great group of assets that would be a perfect fit and a natural partner to accelerate the growth of common European ambitions.
Well, I look at your 3-year plan. I see 2 to 3% annual growth there, Stephane. Why the low single digits? What do you need to do in order to boost that, or why are you happy with only 2 to 3% growth?
Well, we are referring here to the growth of the core current perimeter, and clearly it's an ambition that may sound to certain commentators shy, but which is reasonable. We are in the business of delivering, overperforming to expectations. So we have higher ambitions, but this is a sort of reasonable target. On the top of that, clearly the growth of the group will come from consolidation, either through geographical expansion, as we've just discussed it, single country exchanges or platforms decided to become part of the Euronext company or the Euronext group or Euronext family, but also from diversification of our revenue streams by the acquisition of new forms of platforms that are not geographically focused. I mean, 18 months ago, we fully integrated a Forex platform, and we invested a few weeks ago in an electricity exchange in the Nordic region. So we need also to diversify our revenue streams. So in addition to this organic growth ambition, there is a clear diversification of revenue streams ambition.
Okay, and let me ask you about something else, and that's working hours at exchanges in Europe. Some in your sector are doing formal consultations around the length of the working day in Europe, which is longer than New York in terms of the amount of time that the exchanges are open for. Will you launch a similar investigation? Are you interested in doing that?
Well, we are part of that consultation that factors in all sorts of drivers, family lifestyle, human drivers, market efficiencies, investors' preferences, global flows of capital. So we are part of that exercise, which is welcome, but where we have to weigh all the dimensions of the proper functioning of capital markets, especially in the new technological environment.